All right, so this is going to be a model of how to complete a journal article review for an intervention study, which is basically any of the other modules 2 through 6. They're all going to be intervention studies. So to start off, my name, and I'll put my date. The article title, I will put this entire article title into the template. So I just need to copy that. Okay. The date of publication, again, I'm going to look at the top to see next to the journal article name or journal name. There'll be, all right, so population of interest. This is going to be like a character. Who's the main character? Who are the main characters of this article? Who are the study participants? That means who did they have to like recruit and sign up to participate in this study? Boom. And so who were the study participants? Who did they originally recruit? And they wanted 4-year-olds. Typically developing 4-year-olds. They had 2. And so those 2 children will look and see in the article, like, age, sex, gender. So we'll put that in this one. To answer this population of interest, you want to look at participants. So find that in the paper. No clinical diagnosis. So here it's going to tell me Chrissy was 4 years, 11 months old and had average scores on these assessments, had low rates of problem behavior. Okay, so I'll put Chrissy was 4 years, 11 months, and Jack was 4 years, 11 months. Age, so Chrissy was a female aged 4 years, and Jack was a male child. I know this because later on it refers to he and her, or she, he, and so, but sometimes they don't put it there, and you can put gender unknown, right? Geographic home language. Does it say that they speak English or Spanish? A good way to do that is to hit search and put English. Nope. Spanish? Nope. The answer is no. Language reported. No. And then geographic region. Social economic status, SES, does it talk about their income? And honestly, in that participant section, it should tell you those things in here. And it doesn't. So this is a bad example. Read the article. Always look and see if that information is there. I will know for all these articles whether or not that information is there because I have a master template with all the answers. No SES or racial information. Does it talk about who the interventionist was that was delivering the intervention? So how you can find that out is by reading this as well. It just says experimenter taught participants. So yeah, that's where I have it. Okay. What is the problem that they want to solve? We read it in the abstract. So I'm going to go ahead. I just wrote something up elsewhere and paste it. This has got to be in your own words. All right. What are the research questions? So to find research questions, this is really great. Usually it's the paragraph before the method, like before they talk about the method. So it's going to be a purpose or actual research question. So the current study has 3 purposes. We want to evaluate whether BST, is going to be behavioral skills training, can be used to teach a discriminated safety response, or AKA an appropriate response when there's one dangerous stimuli and another one that's not dangerous. So we evaluated the extent to which this combination of the intervention, this is going to be the intervention, independent variable, led to demonstration of trained responses. Okay, and then we evaluated whether. So turn this information into actual content and then used quotes. Okay. So then what experimental design was used? This means what was the type of experiment that they conducted? Is it a randomized control trial or RCT? Is it something called a single case ABAB design? Is it a meta-analysis? How you're going to find that information is for you to go past participants, setting materials. This is going to be useful, this content, for another question. Psychometric sort, pre-assess. Find something that says experimental design or design. All right, so here's what this design is. A non-concurrent multiple baseline across participant design was used to evaluate the effectiveness for that. And then a pre-test, post-test design was used to examine this. A non-concurrent multiple baseline design across participants looks like, which is interesting, they only had 2 participants. It's going to look like this. I know, crazy. These are Jack's and these are Chrissy's. All right, what was a dependent variable? So that's like, what are they trying to change? All right. So first we sought to evaluate whether BST, so there's the intervention, and BST plus IST, that's intervention. What is it going to do? They're working on whether these result in improvements in discriminated safety responses. So you can also, to answer the dependent, what are they measuring? Go to the graphs. Look and see, like, what is this on the y-axis? This is response score. Well, response scores for identifying dangerous and non-dangerous stimuli. And non-dangerous stimuli. Among. So the difference. So you could put, instead of discriminating, you could put selecting dangerous versus non-dangerous stimuli. What was the intervention under investigation? That was in that question. So that's what it's called. You can spell it out if there are ever acronyms, but if there's acronyms, I can find it out. Was the intervention described in enough detail that you could replicate the same procedures? But some articles, they do give a lot of information that you can kind of see how it happens. If it's a no, tell me why. Where was the intervention delivered and by whom? Okay, 4. Was consent obtained? And that was in there. So if you want to hit search and put consent and go find where it says consent. Informed consent was obtained from all participants. And that was on page 121. All right. How long was the study from start to finish? How many days? Usually if you can go to a graph, or you can go ahead and search for the keywords like weeks or days. It'll tell you in here, like right here, 72 trials, 120 trials, that kind of thing. Sessions. So this is over 55, so I know I'm going to go look for that. 60. All right. Did the intervention work for all the participants in the same way? And you're going to need to read that. And for whom did it not work or was least effective? In the article, it tells me this information. When it talks about results, it'll talk about how the participants may have done it differently. You can also, if this was a better graph, see so Chrissy, for Jack, look at that. He had all high responding. He had very little need, but Chrissy had variable responding, right? What did I learn from the study? What was most interesting? What did I not like about the study that I feel skeptical about? So I need to answer all of those. Those are all going to be opinions. So that's it for how to complete this. If you have questions, please note that you can send me your assignment in advance by Thursday evening, so I can get it back to you Friday or Saturday before you have to actually have the final submitted on Sunday. I will also be reviewing everybody's really closely and giving you all written feedback in comments and making corrections to show you how to do better on your next one. So that's it. Let me know if you have any questions.